on YouTube also and online here my bet online radio ho na beti enka mo de ana join here na fi ukokopie mu enso ewo TikTok sports.arena.news sports.arena.sports.news sports.arena.news mo de na join here na ye TikTok anase ye Telegram account na yes expect to be aba o se na be ya ni wa che us ne ade no anu ye sports arena sports arena na ARENA sports arena na join you na fi bibia so no enkoyi ene ensem na eba ne do so pa Chelsea ewo game ne enya asem keto Ghana ene eye oman Nigeria eso ewo game ne meno kase se Bayer Leverkusen ene goalkeeper friend Mark Flecken usinakai edema eye Brentford likely so be join Leverkusen meno kase Rafael Palladino ono ye Fiorentina coach wetimi abomode ande Fiorentina qualify for the Conference League papa no are resigning from Nejuma oye Jonathan Tah and 2029 are joining Bayern Munich from Bayer Leverkusen. Milos Kekets and wajia tumse obekwa kusi akan ediama Liverpool meno ka say or no player na there personal terms no agree nemum club to club no na aka Liverpool for ni abrepa yesi fire no double room omo Strasbourg omo pegana ni de share friend Lawrence Ajekum abrante we yen hu de sansa na ye friend no chese ye Blasters coaches ne de players omo ye prospect omo ni mbo ne de omo hu omo adjacent nto for ye de sa say the Blasters team no ka ho de but ntie ne se Feyenoord and Strasbourg blue cup for no identify ne se abrante ye friend no aya Andre Santos na and Oba be PM with Chelsea no they need somebody to replace him and Ghana need this share kron Lawrence Ajekum usina kind of circle brooch or no and no ma identify no me no ka say abrante aye friend Jorginho moving on call Flamingo Sasso and Martin Zubimendi never replace no me no ka say Arsenal and Thomas Partey and negotiated deal na man for hwe ni mu san ko be kwa PM back ewo Atletico Madrid and ase obeko Saudi no akwa peska ye be di san komo no ye ne yese Marcus Rashford 40 million pounds wa open bra na befa na bibia so no den ekoyi honum Luis Henrique from Boboke from Olympic Marseille wakwa join Inter Milan say Inter for ehihye mu team no enya asem keto akra honum nti we ne transfers kakra eno so ewo honum a ye di hu enkomo ene game ne be koso nya asem keto a tough game be koso ye ni kan enhwe transfer mu nsensem ye nhwe se bibia so ebetumi akoyi ewo honum chene so Ghana so in Nigeria ewo match ye be call into the game na fe ya hwe probable lineup any dey be bija fama makwaba
yeah listo ya joso
ya bibia boko dey bibia boko ye nhwe transfer news no na ye wi a ye mra mehwe Rebetis ne ndra ye bobo so abatene we go into details and some you say some isku mu nyina ade nyina ekeka ne ade na yetumi probable lineup and possibly the possible outcome but before then yen my better education is very crucial money man yen remo my better education na fe yen hwemu kakra.
Okay, until this to and say my better education and him say my bet there say open betting company on bet me amu fiscal Ghana high my MYBET.AFRICA into omo pe and on bet me amu fiscal into we him say na game say course conference league kwan bia so no obia be na dwen say eso timi fiscal my bet conference league course unity cup na so course when Ghana eja akono into with these two games my bet for catch also bet me so on bet builder options now bet him there selection inya up to 20 options a free games me anyway pay we be saying now be no MYBET.AFRICA pen now bet me is ade no nti any call www.MYBET.AFRICA we on platform no ma top right corner we hu icon be a circle ni green me aso a registration there simple just 3 steps. First one your phone number with your mobile money transaction send your discount bet me obo enu we are the next one username bet me a nickname a bet me a wawudi but mostly me too for say now the number account send a better unique compared to be our platform so the next thing password in the wall password I will use to bet me a wash send your own bet me the idea a verify our account no we on send the verification code at verify account we pay no no my bet former office baby bet builder aka bonus and a cash out into any MYBET.AFRICA now also fiscal
right into registration no process na very simple o call a telegram account wa who say link na wo no ya pin ti wo mode an click so registration is simple say be I from list to one say on kofo be brave from list to so I will just add a list to 36 and I list to 35 na my na me dey register na me dey akwakoye unique na afi bibia to me ayede akoye oni wan bet phone hwe moment say ho na wodi a on betua e dey amao endra one team na say me bet
me crash one team pay the same
entrance branch work because home you know draw try fi me be she ni 2 ansa na okọ extra time akwakoye dey akwakoshe 2
yeah ya no
teams na me kan bia boy ti cut by one ye na be hwe say be make amends chairman ti yenhwe eye transfers no
Yeah. Listo. I think that Osha transfer now, there are some teams they've started extending the contracts and Obitise Barcelona has started the summer transfer window internally, which is very good. Osha a season proud to the season. Now player Nidia de Rafinha would have that fantastic very good season, you know. And then Omoyo Madrid said they will extend Rafinha contracts, being a very key player for a Hansi Flick team. No, after extending Rafinha contracts, Omoni the main coach or by because Hansi Flick no, they were not sure about the job, so signed just 2 years back. And the contract now can be in 2026, and then no paying so I extended the contract, and then they arguably one of the most exciting young talents in association football. And in Europe, and so it's extending contract. This is a boy in 2023, Xavi Emano making a debut for Barcelona team at the age of 15. That very season, edgy golden boot. The following season, golden ball. The following season, Beji young player of the year. And then the amount of goals Lami Yama Timi Ashe Ediama Basa. I mean the season under review Ashe 18 goals, provided 25 assists at the age of 17. Yami Adma June and July Obenya 18 years and I get Barcelona whenever he goes to the Spain national team. There also performing a year contract duties or performing very well for the Spain national team, and that is one thing Emma Lami Yama very good, both club and country. Or a starter or a key player to Spain for no whatever they are doing. In fact, when Spain was winning the Euros, or no Nico Williams, Rodrygo, and Alvaro Morata were key players boys. So I think that Barca being able to extend the contract of Lamine Yamal, they are making a very good for the player himself. But Barca, it's making sure the most important sign and a contract extension, which is the future of Lamine Yamal. They've been able to do that. And least to report every Spain by Chelsea, you see, Barcelona wanted to offer the number 10 jersey to Lamine Yamal. And the contract extension, in the say or extended contracts, if or extended contracts now, yeah, more on Lamine Yamal, a pay increase. So, be obedient mean for Ska and Bedada, because you see, in as much as Lamine Yamal, this is a typical African story. We should be proud to say for the next 10 years we will also get African players ruling the European football. Then Lamine Yamal extending the contract to 2031. Number 10 jersey no more the man no. Wamabasa for no I clear say if Ansu Fati is still going to stay in the club, or no Lamine Yamal not number 10 jersey. I say Ansu Fati will be respecting it very well. In fact, Ansu Fati even gave some of Omomo Lamasi and Krano the chance. Any that my friend is saying, believe they say they can also come into the team and make him deliver. Sure, they at the tender age of 16, Ansu Fati be the youngest Barcelona player to play, to make his debut, to score and to assist. So I record in Lamia Mare Bricky, and I believe he said if Ansu Fati will still be in the club, won't mean the number 10 years here, Ansu Fati Esheno, Intimi and share. And they used to report in the say finally Chelsea for Ameki a move for Rodrygo. They've started talking with a entourage, but then they Ubesha me hwese committee do ya to so Rafinha and I say Rodrygo e posti bibi enra e wo ne Instagram story and they usha because the move in urban there are a lot of people are on my concern. It's a virus na or they are too so I mean we're training in Spanish but the message nina and say I don't know Rafinha no he thanks everybody Rodrygo no or they'll be asking about the concern because this was say Kobani say unim Rodrygo now what to say they will be free Madrid. There are a lot of people reach out Charlene and Pastor Oko say or reach out I say people shouldn't worry or they'll be asking for obia concern obia messages are omodia mano. But yes, I say I will be back soon and stop making things up. He believes that a lot of people are making so no Rodrygo ninja and then how Madrid he's saying that he doesn't have a problem with any Barca coach, any Barca official, but a football whether he plays or not. Before, in fact, this season he has been playing, but the fact that maybe they have Kylian Mbappe, they have Vinicius Junior and other players are very important. Doesn't mean say or no Rodrygo no foresee a move. But in football, there are players that and they are or better than Madrid they are for the whole season. Even Ramos at some point in time, they left Real Madrid. So on then say he thanked everybody for the messages, any concerns, no banner, and he'll be back soon. But people should stop making things up for him to look bad in the face of Real Madrid fans. And listen, reports in Chelsea for making a move with Rodrygo and Arsenal and the Liverpool for so it was if it will be possible to get the player. But right now the thing is Rodrygo won't come cheap. In fact, Uchaki Rodrygo, every football club in Europe, Rodrygo list only just 24 years. But so who can Rodrygo the number of years are what buy into the limelight. But Madrid the edge this Champions Leagues for the previous years in the La Liga what do you say be a brand name? So would Chelsea make a move for Rodrygo? I don't see anything wrong with that because he's a player fitting the age brackets for the players now, the Chelsea board and our more directors in the airport. One, he also coming in with experience. In fact, I think that maybe about Chelsea, would Rodrygo compare Chelsea wingers in terms of experience, class, any that pedigree, Obobi has all the wingers in the Chelsea team currently. So getting this player, that big names, that big characters in your dressing room, but the thing is, will Chelsea pay that 100 million price tag at Madrid they are to because Rodrygo used to he won't come cheap. Until social say Arsenal and in Namubi, Liverpool and in Namubi, and City are still admirers of Rodrygo. Rumors nearby. At that time, that Chelsea make a move. But right now, reporting just say, Pon recently, any steward mo astati, and then the entourage astati aid didn't come up. And Rodrygo situation, I mean, it will be decided at this stage. Despite say links of steps in the money in a list, it will be at this stage and an brand and debate my and then the row people are saying say he's not happy on the row and likely that Alonso would have ways and means I'll bet my integrity and Rodrygo into the system. But I think that if Chelsea are starting Rodrygo make a move, in fact, Ochake the winger, and if Rodrygo is coming, it means that Listo Jadon Sancho stay, will be some way.
Why?
Because I mean they will look into paying a 25 million for Jadon Sancho and also paying 100 million for Rodrygo. Well, right now the thing is,
so even with Jadon Sancho, they are still saying that they want to sign another right-footed winger.
that is if
now Omo Kanin na Omo make your mind up not to let Jadon Sancho leave? So and I say, are they saying say they will buy another one? So Baba can't Jadon Sancho one. I saw me Jadon Sancho. Akonoma to 2.
you see, listen to the thing is, one thing I know most of the teams no more transfer and they say Jadon Sancho, if Owabe sign at Chelsea, what's in wage so as I accept say okay, I will play for Chelsea. I don't think say Beko below 180. And I will even below.
I'm sure say he will accept whatever age. A couple player and Kwan there.
Now I think Sancho, or be a good family or Chelsea.
Will not be an issue. 50% cut and not more than 40%. The player is on a wage like 250,000. Oh, United. So also on your wage cutter, there's no way about see wage so 100,000. And you see, maybe he is happy at Chelsea. But right now, if Jadon Sancho is on the market, he will get teams, especially in the Bundesliga. He can go back to the Bundesliga and they will offer him that money in open. But the thing is, Chelsea are looking into the situation whereby let's bring Rodrygo into the system. Sancho decided say he doesn't care if he's going to start from the bench or he's going to fight for a spot. Right now, if Mykhailo Mudryk is coming, they have to also know that are we taking Mudryk the never call loan and I am funding loan. So all these things, no, and you see, Medican Rodrygo wages, no, on so bad, he's going to also earn as much as how much Jadon Sancho is also going to earn at Chelsea. So at that moment, definitely one is going to start. And I'm then say if they are going to get a player, I be our best start out roughly because even check the number of players on team, the captain and the most important players. I said they won't have they won't have Jadon Sancho be on a wage of 200, 180. Then he will be on the bench. On for anything. And Casampo there and command Jadon Sancho will go back. Already Mykhailo Mudryk's wage, very low. Still they are reports in Emma say the fact say Estavio Bano, none of Pedro Neto and Madueke being a free team anymore. So at some point in time, if they still have Rodrygo who is going to be a starter and also have any other player in the system, I think that early days yet to go into Rodrygo there. But the thing is, Chelsea have made
I think
right,
so. If you look
the
at
first approach for the player,
if you look at what the new coach Akana, it means he relied on him.
Rodrygo.
Maybe it's a bit more of a PR talk.
I'm not too sure because you see, if say a PR word, they said the Enzo Maresca can say he doesn't know if Sancho will stay or will go. Sanka, if he will stay, Kobe and Claire say he will stay. The first will be continue. I'm on sure say either will stay or not. If the coaches, if they know say player no, you see someone leave a door, making it in football you never know. But we know a full confidence on my day, on my impossible. I think that is the usual Brazilian journalists trying to, fuel some of this move because of they think that he's a player, he's not appreciated that much, and looking at the system now, coach Nebono, he might not fit into the system, and for that matter, they are linking him out of Real Madrid. And the main when he said it will take a miracle. This is something dramatic, BC and Sana.
In terms Rodrygo. Of fitting the system, I don't see that Rodrygo will definitely fit into a coaching system. But the thing is, if he decides
it's difficult. No. Because we're now born and no share players now all to this year now. What I say? Unless they be this or abandoned. This or abandoned. So let's look at the young with the young fan said the coach in can and a player and a cross so the all can. Young fan so if that does not happen, say if Chelsea and Rodrygo, who is the next in line? I believe say or fitting to say experience bill no. On the coffee.
Yes, the last time I can say I'm only looking at just two wingers. they will offer that experience. They will offer you that character. They will offer you that big name. I bet me at least my own who Chelsea have a squad to compete with any other team, and that name alone could share any right back via. There will be some G3 or in the performance. Nobody can just two, and then there are just two only wingers per, and then I mean or more available in the transfer market. Almost fitting that profile, which is Rafael Leao and then Abranta and the other Rodrygo. Apart from
Rafael Leao,
yeah.
Ah,
Is it not the experience?
Experience when.
It's
oh,
Rafael Leao,
experience
no
of add value player or no Bobo
Our
na
add
sere
value.
oye.
No, but maybe he's not. Why?
It will, you know, it will not happen. Chelsea will not go for side player no.
I didn't Chelsea
Rafael Leao.
But I mean, yeah, who sees the Rafael Leao? But sees the Melange, he was the best player in the
season. One more goals per season end 15.
Open improvement. Then I guess I was Sancho.
No, anytime I say open any player or about that experience or about that Europe apart from Rafael Leao and Rodrygo, there's no other player. No other player.
Rafael Leao only experience what Europe seeing Sancho.
Oh, Sancho experience what Europe.
Sancho about final.
Oh.
Sancho above like Champions League no about Rafael Leao about Champions League on the carry him like 2 times or once.
But I mean, it doesn't even matter so about Champions League now. Chelsea in Krana,
no.
So don't bring.
Ushe Madueke on the Memphis on the left wing. Maybe a upobi oba be improve your man. I don't think Rafael Leao one. The players' attitude quite a problem. And nothing I can say AC Milan every time. Mostly not starting the free bench. Ni in game like so didn't who make game we are
so
Premier League me these Chelsea fans
I think that
man a chance.
Rodrygo me who say if Chelsea are making the move, I mean this is a step in the right direction. They should just try and get the ball. And even Sancho future will be decided today. Today, waiting about the last game for Chelsea, it might be that or Chelsea for Besai extend. It will all depend on Mikhailo Modric's situation and whoever Chelsea also wants to bring on board. And then Matheus Cunha listo. Man U for finally they've agreed say Mobetria ne 60 million release clause na share the contract but in 5 installments. And commandi de na ko anymore but listo there is only one thing per and stop Cunha from heading to current no kwakoye the medicals, and that thing here said Wolves wanna catch United for say we agree so we try the release clause of Matheus Cunha, and Cunha a player be listo. He is very good. In fact, for the past 2 seasons in the Premier League, but Chelsea or one player, I mean anytime he will grow, he's going to the game or add a lot of few things to his game. And how coach Ruben Amorim about the ball, he's going to be an important player, that number 10 double striker, and also he can also strike a bit so about from the wings. He's also a player a bit about him. No, but listo after agreeing with a team and the Wolves, no, United payment structure, no, it is where right now thin line war. It is where a deal no ain't me finalizing 10 years because the thing is check it out South American players now. They baby move free ban. I'm person be join new team. Now we block you say in the next future contract viba o man so most of these South American boys I'm contracts a more release clause though. But with Cunha release clause on this too. Ishemu say Ube Babe Fano, no baby trigger the release clause now. You can only pay in 2 installments. You can only pay in 2. So whatever Wolves any United for Amadio no, you feel say be a Ache Abranta no, ain't me and contract extension no. The payment structure. United wants to do 5 years, but on the contract, United for radio won't say you meet me trigger that clause no as any player no. The installments for payments just 2 years. And right now United for any Wolves for no agreement, and agreement is an agreement. That is what Amadi Naya is. So United, they really need a boy, and they want to sign the player. Right now, they believe that Kunha deal is so, smooth in terms of terms and agreements with the player, representatives. They be okay. They are just hoping say, or make me finalize it, the payment structure with Wolves, then the player. Medicals. Me, I won't be surprised that United can choose to agree because they want to move from this side, no more for this side. Another player Messiah signing, and they've offered PSG player and lead. Amount offer the amount a United, and then yet United can offer them. They've offered him to Arsenal, they've offered him to Liverpool, and the player no PSG for man contract. Amano were rejected the extension with PSG, so it means that he. Because right now, I want to say in the pecking order, Bracola, Desire Due, Dembele, and Vicha Karaskari, players are ahead of or no lead. In fact, in the midfield group, most of the times, if coaching bay changes, or if Fabian Ruiz or Desire Emery and Ebemu, so the player wants to leave, and they've offered him to Arsenal. But with the scanner PH for a pen, and Arsenal for say they cannot guarantee him a starting spot. Because their captain, Odegaard, Ebo Sana Martin Rona Lee no 80 ball, and their best player, Bukayo Saka, they cannot assure him. But if he's ready to be a squad player, Arsenal is ready to make the move. Right now, Liverpool, Amamana said Salah is signing the contract. He's the best player in the Premier League. Maybe you cannot bench him, but that number 10 Rono, if they are getting flowing Vates. It means that you are not going to get that boost. So one of the teams are almost starting leaning towards United, and they are contemplating between Ono, any Abranta and any Brandon Buemo. That even if Bruno Fernandes is suspended or is injured, we'll get a player who can fit in for the number 10 role. We can get another player who can also fit into the left. So right now, it's between United and Ruben Amorim just to choose who he wants between Brian Mbeumo and Ely. But the report just say United for Ely need more towards to Brian Mbeumo because he comes with experience, and this season they are not going to play in any Europe. They just want to secure a good spot in the Premier League this season, and that is some of the few transfer stories at least to measure.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, Listo, yeah, transfer markets now. I think clubs need to be higher or more. You know, with Liverpool, any Florian Wirtz in common, I'd say I die of Kakra because of Senya Nyamakon and Florian Wirtz. Ama we ban Liverpool Snatia says a quite biasuno or per se Otimi echo no cobo Emma team a friend in Liverpool. See, and a quack see say fee now 2 clubs in betting agree on you. See, at it and some say 100 million plus and a Liverpool so beat me to. But so okay, Liverpool last season, Oman like. Massive transfers be apart from Chiesa Munyano that is below 30 million. Apart from that, to maintain are they enough players at this season? Any more say be say Liverpool rim akofa key players about be some key roles next season. No more say that Champions League will miss out. On bet me rim and also that number 10 role or pay a creative player about that particular position. On bet me and Florian Wirtz. By the end of this week. Any more say Liverpool beat me a completely to Florian Wirtz transfer. Now for the omudio many aqua to next transfer for a player Milos Kekes. Ye name him a Bournemouth boy, and he's one of the most experienced player in the Bournemouth setup. O'Shea or a player be on a Saboslai and a hungry national team. Getting him for Liverpool at the back, I think it will be easy because of Saboslai connection or war with Kekes. But in Dravis and Bosso, the performance with some of the left backs in the Premier League or BT on Bibri into share if Liverpool are able to get him, he'll be one of the players no beat him about whom and over in the Premier League performance what done in the left back Otimi overlapping Otimi inverte Otimi boss our force back row now every manager penal. So I think his inclusion in this Liverpool setup Babe at the back where bomb and slot what can say this season quite be so no they want to put in that performance and just say maybe a magic Premier League into a multi relax because there are other clubs, Manchester City, Chelsea, Man United, about more pressure here. So these are 2 key signings also beat their account. I think so these 2 key signings now they will look at their DM role. Head back on beat me another player to come in and help Gravenberg because Endo a player be I I think Ancelotti need that much confidence in him, especially in games who hear that progressive DM in a game no, and do a more of destroyer. You do game no cause no you be a interceptor destroy game now and not the neighbor.
So who would they go for? Who should they go for?
I think as a now, share market no man. It's very hard to get that particular DM or more progressive ball or some more defensive work. You know, see, you said there are players out there. No, Zubimendi was the ideal player of trying to get him back. You must ask now. It's me Rasa deal no man. Quite be asked no Zubimendi deal no. You say a change so, but it's more depending on the structure now. As now person many rules on that building. And as Zubimendi is a player bia. One you look here, baby no, he will just switch because yeah, on also Nini Baku share Real Madrid.
Well, I think he's done. That deal is done.
Yes, but Nini Baku share Real Madrid. Obey me pull Liverpool deal no. It was almost done. No, pull it out.
But over here Arsenal there now, everything is in place.
Yes, everything is in place.
Yeah, but I think it's Necrano. Yeah, Fabrizio, yes. I'm not sure, sir.
My explanation on how Senya Nyamako with a Jorginho transfer, and so Eboa Emma Nyamako ye. Intienche Zubimendi and Thomas Partey. These are two players. Now, Arsenal fan be a says Zubimendi badia and Yombenya Thomas Partey Kwaya Manako. But from performance, Partey Edani this season, Ababe they say Arsenal Bijani Kwaya Manako because. Partey this season, when team like in himself Partey a season no bet me injury no about Boba Akumi no has now for ye. But this is no your performance award then the heading so be in a free team no. Inti we share these two players are between Thomas Partey and Zubimendi. Me more start kakra. Zubimendi about 60. That is 36 games. Partey about 35. We have minute on me no boy Zubimendi the anyone in him kakra same Partey. But about goals Partey ashe 4 Zubimendi 8 mishe 2. Passes attempts Zubimendi we Partey 1,840 and Zubimendi ma 1,752 into Partey channel passing about tackles Partey saying channel amani Partey ma 89 na Zubimendi ama 35 and ground duels won Partey ama 144 na Zubimendi ama 110 into clearance Zubimendi a channel with 77 Partey or 44 then interceptions Zubimendi 44 and a Partey 35. So these are two players those say Arsenal has said that particular rule maybe on Bema Bakwa 15 Baku Benya more playing time saying Baku but these are two players they complement each other. Ebano some phase of the game Partey Zubimendi their games Arsenal being here so be pair against maybe a tougher opponent. Their games Arsenal be na so be Yusu Baku no a bench Baku so Partey's contract renewal they quite be so no ebekoso Arsenal for Bayern Madrid so be renew contract and I think Thomas Partey would like to stay at Arsenal even though there maybe a little reduction on the salary only problem he's looking at still winning something great with this Arsenal setup in himself Mikel Arteta and Branton they are looking at trying to win something next season into quite be so make him build this team up to now Thomas Partey episode team mian who etimi came now the latest transfer ekoso McFlecken Brentford for goalkeeper no kwan bia so no ban Leverkusen for hwe say owe friend Eric Ten Hag abano omu hia goalkeeper bia or more ball playing goalkeeper see him Eric Ten Hag on ni team mo goalkeeper or ball playing we Premier League no ma upe goalkeepers e ban ball playing any saves any BBR McFlecken NN number 1 we this season saves are why on the highest saves percentage or the Premier League before Premier League ni kone we now here this season or saves in 153 team at the Premier League we face a lot of shots a team a friend Brentford into Shana Utimiye this massive saver the save percentage and 73.6% it meaning the highest in the concede year because they were facing a lot of shots Oshe the goals conceding at 55 at least or preventing 1.59 goals per game. The clean sheet in the Premier League 7. By the Premier League goalkeeper highest claim. Ultimate claiming ball no. So I think he's one good goalkeeper. Say Bayern Leverkusen episode more than come with team who because of his inclusion, his ball playing ability, and also his saves and any high claims to team here. In more say as of now, personal terms there any problem. But the only thing a bit me a bigger problem the transfer fee between both clubs. Brentford the team here a ban is over to play or more money problem. But the only thing is so we demanded this particular mania or expect this will be to and who have Anthony the any Bintino. Brentford this transfer windows or Masube she umbe imagine say they will try and sell a lot of players. When Bremo Quambia so be called the likes of Tottenham, Man United there so beat me I don't know. Then Fleckinen to be in their number one goalkeeper no. After Raya Koya and on the bay place in and they be at the end of the transfer window, then you was a Bayern Leverkusen, a bit me and no to me where Eric Ten Hag team Bayern Leverkusen. I think on betting me a compete here for the Bundesliga next season. The same as Jonathan Tah, they say Bayern Leverkusen for a train. Sikasem between Bayern Munich any payment structure, but as at now,
so no go as free agent too.
Yes, but almost share some structure. But as at now, he's a Bayern Munich player. But the only thing left is one or two on the personal side and also on Bayern Munich and side. So beat me correct. Now for the me moving to next season in the Bundesliga. No, I think with top coaches, but Eric Ten Hag, you name him say Bano, Yabano managing young talents, making sure say they are doing so well. He's one of the best coaches. You want to why so the Bundesliga be Dortmund if they could add one or two and make sure say their performance are also good. No more so compete in the likes of your friends and any Bayern Leverkusen this season.
Okay, we share a game no. Chelsea and Betis game yeah. How should they approach this game? And do you think that this team is ready to challenge for the title?
Yes, Usha Chelsea any Betis game no. I think this game you were Mate Maka say you buy European footballer anytime they be European final be a din command or the history ebebe because history about European football it plays a lot in European football. You who the likes of Real Madrid, you who the likes of say you rather Europa League, Champions League, Adia Real Madrid beat me. You rather Europa League, Adia the Spanish clubs or Unai Emery as a coach to me Sevilla mo it me set this record about the Conference League. One of the maiden tournaments by 2 years money. Now her team say to me era England back that is West Ham and era a friend is say Italy in Florentina. See no say na nyama keka ko no kwan bia so no either say e be run maiden we was Spain or some beba England biom Chelsea. Now ohwe the history backing Conference League and the history backing this season's European Championship. You who the Europa League where Man United in your chance a ball that is with the Bilbao for San Mamés Stadium and I'm also no omone Tottenham sanko shia na anko ya Man United. With Chelsea on the other hand and so where Chelsea Poland omabo match that particular stadium against Ligia Warsaw ama Chelsea Eshen 3-0. So at home Poland it will be a ground that Chelsea have visited that. But the visiting it will go in the favor like send a call for Man United and as a boy Chelsea. You heard Chelsea history on European competitions. They are one team who share their performance in European competitions they've been in 7 finals and they've won 6. It meaning say about Chelsea European pedigree they are one of the best. And now share the Spanish clubs names who share team a friend Robertis since 2001 meaning say virus the better so amamia since 2001-2002 Spanish side so much omuko European final against any foreign side omuntimi share into foreign side need to me share Spanish side omuntimi share foreign sides no into no omuntimi share foreign sides no into na ababe ade ba ko a Robertis for ede den omode etwa omo se kwan bia so no. This is one record that Ekuta team and Ekuta Spanish sides in Tinombe or Madrid they will be able to defeat Chelsea and win that Conference League trophy. But on Chelsea's hand, history and so back Italian managers with this Chelsea setup. You who the likes of Mauricio Sarri, you who the likes of Robert Di Matteo in their first maiden trophy in European competitions or Mutimiko no Makwakoji. Intino Enzo Maresca would be the 4th Italian manager sending Chelsea to his first European trophy. Obetimi aja no ntimi nji Champions League. So be qualify in the Conference League or Mufanche team a friend Robertis. But as of now, they want to be able to set that record, being the only club in Europe to win that 4 European competitions. That is the Champions League twice, the friend is saying the Super Cup twice, the Europa League twice, or the Conference League as an account. And they are looking at say if they can win this, they become one of the best teams in Europe. The only in Real Balls who said the only person that waiting to achieve that is Jose Mourinho. Emma recently in the press conference or boss who said Chelsea a bit me ajia a ben the year but unya no munje send you no the only person obey me aji that particular 3 trophies now into the game. This is one fixture. Teams they share 2 times in European competitions. In 2005-2006 Champions League group phase. In the first game, no, Chelsea share Robert Betis 4-0 at Stamford Bridge, and in the second game, it was Spain, no, Omuko Lusu 1-0. But Quambia, so Chelsea qualified from that group, no, 8 million. Robert Betis, we in the last 5 games are very bad form. On really on the last 5 games here. And the best way to me was a cup game or ball draw, and of course, Timiko Lusu here. In extra time the penalties, but this season in the Conference League could a record be an in the 13 matches our boy in the Conference League move 12 quite be so the team a friend Robertis and the team first goal into on the night Robertis team first goal and one because they've been able to hold on to that record from the start of the Conference League. Ebepim the last semi-final game on boy say Obesha first goal there. And they are due to me, and Chelsea team, no, we have players we should watch them in this game. Kopama is one player to watch, and Nicolas Jackson is also one player to watch. I didn't remember Nicolas Jackson in their last game, we on ball home, he was able to come on and score 2 goals. So say I heard Chelsea player with my resting year Nicolas Jackson going into this game. It will be a very good game for Enzo Maresca. We'll line up on Chelsea side, no. I think Chelsea will go in with a very strong lineup. I wouldn't be surprised seeing the same lineup. Chelsea the ball against Nottingham Forest, but with Nicolas Jackson coming in and maybe Jadon Sancho getting a start. And you're seeing these 2 players getting the start. I think Tosin will be part of the team, would start in this game, and Levi Kowa will surely also start because of we're friends with
So they don't have any target man. It appears that if Chelsea is playing against a target
man, they go
man,
for.
they
But
toss
also
but now
with the Conference League, I think Tosin a bit more. Senior way kind, you know, Enzo Maresca kind on the press conference. No, see their players are Omnia Conference League number more and mostly will start. And because of the Nottingham Forest game now, they are more closer. No, we'll see a lot of changes in TNA. Jorgensen, Quambia, so on the best starter match Chelsea. Wama will be who say he will be the goalkeeper in post. We'll see the likes of Marco Kurela because Anthony Isco are these key players for Robertis. If they are to get a good day against Chelsea on Behadrin, into Caicedo will surely be in the middle to be able to mark Isco and box that midfield. About midfield battle, there I don't think say team a friend or Robertis can match Chelsea. For now, Smo can't match the likes of Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez. So Chelsea will surely box the midfield, but it will depend on how they can close the likes of Anthony and also Isco. I think this game, I wouldn't be surprised seeing a lot of goals in it. Maybe a 2-1 or a 3-1 win in this game. Chelsea last Europa final of boy against Arsenal, it ended in a 4-1. I wouldn't be surprised seeing a lot of goals in this game. Obi come and MYBET.AFRICA on this particular game. Chelsea to win over 1.5 and a corners because both teams use flanks near so there will be a lot of corners. Into corners over 8.5 but on the night I'm seeing Chelsea winning their first Conference League trophy. I bet me a boy Enzo Maresca and then the boy is going into next season.
okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Listo. My main Sanchez, if I think say next game now will be a game a mobile din and Robertis for them. The team much more this season. They are a very good team. They have a very good balance, almost coached by a very good coach, and a lot of things are a team. So it's going to be a very huge game for Chelsea. In fact, which this season, they've lost some few games, just like Chelsea, also above in the league, and in the Conference League this season. I think that is going to be an interesting game. With them, this season they have equally 2 important players. If they are going to win, and 3 important players, if they are going to win, these players will definitely have a very good game. A bit may affect Chelsea, but in fact, I think that Chelsea also have the players me stop Real Betis at any given point in time. It's going to be an interesting game. Real Betis for this too. they are hoping so meet me almost first European trophy. And Chelsea so hope is on so beat me and win a trophy. Ebemana the only team to win that 3 major European titles, Nina, and it's going to be an interesting game for both of the teams. How both teams in the set up, they are all tactically almost set up very well, almost tactical awareness, everything very good for ASR teams now. It's me but at least now looking into the game, I think that it's going to be an interesting game. We'll check how Betis for setting up Omutima. Mostly almost at the game. Omokono either a 4-2-3-1 system, and I say most at times Omobo a 4-2-3-1 system. Ombo no sometimes Oma a Isco that free road to a roam wherever he wants to go. So normally they play a 4-2-3-1 system like how Chelsea's one system. No? But if Betis they are attacking, I am not a different. If they are attacking, normally they have 5 to 6 men in the opposition box. They have 5 to 6 men in the opposition box. So my virus day, how almost set up a team, especially the others only how you are pressing into me drew her me prompt now or the night at some. So more attack at least all. Mostly that 4-2-3-1 system number. More pivotals no. So our 2 midfielders now no. They make sure say mostly me no bejina and more laterals because normally I am about Giovanni Lo Celso. One either parts of the midfielders because we had a game against Atletico. They played Lo Celso as the number 10. So game no Isco and Mobi. But let's check our game against Real Vallecano and how are lining up. Normally Pablo Fornals everybody their Lo Celso ever can start 2 midfielders no and also call. So what they do is that if they are in possession, they have 5 men. Ombeja, one of the pivotal midfielders, Ebeka center backs. Then 2 players, either Fornals and I say one of the players also Ebejina. But Amuro number Isco free row. So I don't know Otimi drop it deep. Eba beje ball. No. Abra the number 6 and number 8 players number that pivotal role in a so Isco no all free row, he can roam everywhere. And anytime you are more boss, now say 1 year or mama ki Isco. Any loose balls whereby in front of the box and inside the box no, or running towards that space. And Omu use flanks. And say watch Omu this season now. The 3 players which is Bakambu, any Anthony, any Abranta and Dean, any Abdi. That former Barcelona player, that Moroccan international. He can also score from anywhere. So Abdi, any Anthony, a drop it inside. And conquer say Anthony time no ball links or ball wings or bed dripping in inside to join Bakambu and Abdemo up front. Then Isco will also be there until wherever the ball is, if ball no on the right side, ball no on the left side. They have players almost bit occupy their space. And so always if they are attacking, it's either shape no 3-5 system and a 3-5-2 system. They have more men in the box. And list all the team are almost pressing very well. In the list say virus and pictures into so. If almost press here, it's like someone pressing the 4-2-4 high press. Almost mao and fat ball back. Into what stadium team now? Where I think how more defend you or more defend into Faritos Mami. How more pressing no? Man for man. Man. Yes. Man for man high press ni bi don bono. Omo ma on fa ball na embedu omo half answer ma press wo. The moment a ball ni kita o keeper na answer. They are hoping to meet magic ball. Omo ma ball en komo half mo. So what they do is share picture that was a game against Real Madrid. Right now Abdi Shadomaki Rodrygo. And a ball ni kita ko to Anthony episode on started press. Share bia Isco jina. Omu players Pablo Fornals na abantini they have as much as 6 players. Oh, basta half ni. And then omejo omu 4 center backs no. And the 4 defenders in ewo. So what they do is that with that 4-man, and also a situation, it depends on how our team no set up. On set team or set up, or 3 players plus the goalkeeper. So a basana, almost press a different. A 4-2-4 system. So they also press. Isco will join Bakambu, Anthony, and Abdi. They will press plus the goalkeeper, and then if who another player money be 5, they also add Pablo Fornals. And now I'm one of the pivotal midfielders, no. And so then they share the another side of how I'm press on game. This was against Barcelona, and there's one weakness. I'm high press, no. We teama, ultimi, resisted pressure. Say on my press will not be to me AG or my free down my high press at the ball. Ako attacking Teda, ultimi and Omuntimi Umbo. Into Russia, when they played against Barcelona, this was the hour or more press against Barcelona when Betis for no boy. And anytime you made that man for man pressing behind that Basasha Munti. So Bakaya, that game list to all Basasha 5. As early as 3 minutes, and I gave a goal. 27 minutes, and then another goal by or more disallow, and then that very game no offside, almost on super high line, almost no. And I'm pretty sure say that high line just help the players to beat that high line.
But say you need to play from the back.
Yes, and Chelsea is able to do that. Chelsea beat me. Our body afraid.
It is clear that the person who does that, Romeo Lavia.
Yes.
It's not. He will not play today.
Lavia is not part of the squad.
On your part of the squad. I'm not registered.
Oh, but I mean this season.
This season on board.
No, but I'm trying to say that this season, yeah, who say even if the share teams are omoba, obi take I said maybe on that press resistance now, but starting from the back, or a good and Enzo Fernandez is also stepping. And
it will be a gamer. Kopama will be very crucial.
Yes.
Gamer or Badiashile. Badiashile and Kopama and Badiashile because they are the only 2 break line.
And let's not forget Enzo Fernandez too. If
Enzo Fernandez is not a line breaking.
No, but you see,
he can send long passes.
Yes, and
how? Because they will come at you.
The thing
is, when you be na, Newcastle there. This season we struggled against teams who are more pressing high. But in the Conference League, I'm more pressing higher because of their shell and the ability to give those passes.
The way not recently come. The way Robertis for the press high. High press night say Brighton for the enemy. Press close pitch.
Yeah.
In TCC and the Babbage now more of long balls to Nicolas Jackson. But a honey Babbage can Nicolas Jackson
pick the area ball.
Pick the area
balls is out.
Nottingham Forest now no Munyasa service no. They were using more of long balls to Madueke.
Long ball. And they just wanted to give the ball to Nottingham so that Nottingham and for them because they know that they can.
So maybe you better try that approach in Swashe.
So it means if indeed that is what Real Betis would do, then co-op shouldn't start or also anybody start.
That line breaking passes no. Me who say Ko was also good at that passes.
No.
Ko was
he's maybe how I
Brighton no not midfielder and Beji.
Yes,
but Obi is Badashele was wrong.
He's better than.
But that is what me can say. We are comparing 2 players. But it doesn't mean that Uber Levi Kowa on to more line breaking pass.
We've seen him.
And you're one of the best.
On what he tried, not that be. What it on only the NSA or Obama the next person.
No
line breaking winner.
No. About progressive pass.
Open
Chelsea midfield.
There be
about progressive pass
defense. No,
every defender
this season.
Any can say tossing. I will say tossing Pobo.
Tossing more progressive passes.
Because of
maybe you are
more progressive passes. They make me the amount Chaluba about those balls into the final third. So open that ball into the
and tossing so strong was there no.
And a tossing, but tossing mostly no almost dispose pass no. It doesn't get to the final person. After or no maybe badly share.
But I say Obi himself.
No. The only thing I Han is sometimes he's more slower.
Yeah. So transition.
But by Ko the long breaking pass near more of like me send your visit.
Or not the ball.
You see,
me man say ball in fan chain.
I'm saying
but the shell no betim dey far.
If one.
Obo, who check it? This is data MB stats with these players. Who check your man? The forward passes. Liverpool obo progressive passes. Say.
No, the matches Ben.
No, that is what I mentioned. Say, even before. Obo passes. Say, I'm talking about long, progressive passes.
Long progressive
Ebano, my men checking show. These are players from above. Forward passes, forward passes. But they are shell above forward passes saying all these players. And but the progressive, I'm make say forward progressive passes. No, that is one thing about Radiant say. But they are shell no, he doesn't like on your side players don't tie the ball. A 10 question, even tight space.
Hand on the account.
That progress say Liverpool. Yamba ball no 25 yards. How long passes?
Yeah, be all can long pass. No different. We are talking about say yeah press. Now I was so pass we beat press no. That is what we are.
Passes no. And only a shot. But me then say how they press. Almost press it. Some man for man already. Almost 6 players. So if you are able to play that progressive pass ever call anymore now, that is where Chelsea can help them. And that is what Barcelona was doing.
Meba. Asem na can difference room.
If the conversation I want to be made, and
there be all can. There is a reason why
progressive passes and your forward breaking passes. Progressive pass maybe we may
forward pass, breaking pass.
Progressive pass na ite bia me nam kuta ball. Enzo jina meet me the amano. But Kaisedo jina Enzo ichi. But me who so be a marky Enzo. It me boss straight to Kaisedo. And we different. Dan say Enzo ni Kaisedo jina. Me mbo pass name omo. But me who say Nicolas Jackson.
Run it. Ti me born long and for mano. And no ye cool.
Yes, I said.
We are talking about
Tio. That progressive pass. 1% Chelsea players in the show start also
progressive. That is this. You can't forward breaking pass.
No. There's nothing like
apart from Chaloba. Apart from Chaloba.
Forward pass. Forward pass. Whether 2 meters, whether
yes.
But what I'm saying is that progressive pass now make how they press. Omo press here. The progressive pass ebeko who forwards and omo center backs because omo press here. That front 3 any 2 pivotal midfielders omo in aba there's that space between omo defenders
highlighted this season Chelsea game and Liverpool all about our pass
and match us the data MB stats progressive pass about progressive pass
example the last time I mentioned Liverpool all about our pass
again
the last time I mentioned Liverpool all about our pass was a pass to Rodrygo Chelsea ni fun am last season
so right now Chelsea
and I made Chelsea
me making me with them making me and eba sa so who making me points
meba munya botre amanfo tie yes my education very important say ye be establish say na be obi nka say nkofo we kura mo hwe de omo ye de omo ka munya botre Chelsea team na e wo no no obia wo ne qualities are de okra if you have Romeo Lavia you know that if you want to control the game, if you want somebody who is a press resistor, somebody who can progress the ball, there is difference between progressing the ball and there is difference between progressive pass. Progressive pass, you play a when your ball. Now you the old man say, oh, making sure the ball be calling him. So there is no difference between forward passes and progressive passes, or even
on the progressive pass, it should be 25 yards.
No,
you see, maybe
progressive pass, a pass that gets into the opponent's area, opponent's goal
25
area.
Yards. That is 25 yards. But forward pass, forward pass.
Who can leave a call on forward passing? But say I can't progressive pass. Now, because this season Chelsea play about more progressive passes into the final third. Chaloba.
And you're not correct.
Stats. Yeah, sure, sir. In case, meba.
Present my definition of progressive pass.
Yeah, sir. Omo ye man marking. The best pass. Ebebu ama team na tumi progress. Yes, sir. Ball no be call nipa player wona ye press no the space behind player now or press no very crucial because obviously man marking Nicolas Jackson as one player ebe occupy two players. Who crab on who advantage with one man because the striker no it will be a problem say two defenders but pebe na so mark away. So what it means is that say you press your man, there will be a player who will drop. That is why I was saying say if say Lavia niwa the player will be crucial Kopama because he on any man free range, you know, so he will drop and obviously come for the ball because Enzo Fernandez will be marked, Caicedo will be marked, but onona was say onoko ka Nicolas Jackson who anymore now 4 and 5 for no be 4 mono onu be free and you don't expect the defender to follow him because ujai Nicolas Jackson enko so ni one defender a disaster. So the one player ono be there and who beto no Kopama or be dropping. Now dropping no was said the all my pass the ama Kopama no whether was final third no whether it was center circle whether it will be behind the center circle and I say before the center circle was the all my pass need to me pass no the all pressing no. Yeah. They make what I say. So if this is the board, so if young board no so send a bear tier for bed a better the air can I say more. So we share your board here.
Okay, list to answer the Ebeko board ne some person me some information be concerning Levi Cole anyway. Me enfane say eba Levi Cole say oma long pass accuracy that is into the final third. Our Chelsea team numa this season why 43.1%. We share the number of games away. Eba you find saying and na boss and a passing accuracy this season. Passing accuracy this season and also 89.7%. Me mao badly shared here. Passing accuracy this season 90.1%. Intino Uchali by Cole, even those Levi Cole are about ball matches saying long passes accuracy wama 59.1 compared to Levi Cole the NL 43. It's about progressive passes into the final third. As any kind, Levi Cole doesn't come closer.
You see,
I don't want a situation whereby you be criticise. You debate me ba.
One man build a point. You're making a mistake.
Chelsea
even if lie by you have defenders who can do that. Progressive pass, no player in the Chelsea team and about more progressive pass.
See why?
Obia extend Levi Cole passes your passes. Obia him say passes. He doesn't care about pass accuracy. He doesn't care about the number of minutes awabo. You're almost multiplying by the number of passes awabo. And the number of I'm making me point.
Successful passes for Levi Cole 2,328. Successful passes by Levi Cole. Successful passes by Badley 273. A the minute are two players now. It is obi about 200 passes. No, timina 90% accuracy.
See, passes is not about the number of minutes.
Maybe what about 2,000 passes?
Accuracy.
Percentage now.
So what about 100 passes?
Strike percentage
what about 100
by
passes?
Passes now.
No.
Okay,
so what about 100 passes? Listen, what about 100 passes? What about 1,000 passes? Me 1,000 passes now, my bono. Emu 800 and a finding me player, which means your striking percentage 80%. But if by their shell, about 100 passes. Now say wabo a friend is saying 85 passes. It means that by their shell, passes accuracy no. Passes doesn't care about maybe the American say.
But unim say obi
it's not about the minutes. But make sure say about the passes. Chelsea cannot even start
we are looking at say okay now no. Omo be press it Chelsea team no. Omo be press it Chelsea team na just say obi abefa 1v1. Now wa ukra ball no. E was say otumi ma pass. Every final player or way. Either be final third and answer way. And in this case, obo the final third just say who join 50-50 say yin den ko because a man marking omo edomo here. So it will be and on our can say so Koa will have to send the ball to the final third. And we are looking at say if say yes send a progressive pass to the final third, it will be a 1v1 situation between the defender and Nicolas Jackson.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, Nicolas Jackson 1v1 with a year. If the ball than an anno they are.
Yes,
but say over ball no. Nasa I'm finding na you why away. I don't know okoto ordinance akowo obi kura ni.
But you see
what I say. So in a situation whereby yes, ebia ko ne ma we ko final third mo pa. In a situation whereby you know say but they shall so you be a press resistor with any person. Who will you go for? You say or no there. You are rest assured say even if you're pressing he will not give you all mouse are progressive passes no assuming all mouse are progressive passes na be 50-50 no. He will be able to find the free man no, and answer the +1 man now.
Yeah.
Why you free in this case you say Kopama.
Yeah.
Even within the same vicinity that's obeba space because so almost press automatically kwan ba down ma. So that is where Palmer the trust or Babe board. So Palmer to me be board no ha. Now it means that Ubenya de Jadon Sancho say on na ebo 1v1 Ubenya we 1v1 and we be near the share Newcastle omoba Stamford Bridge.
Yeah.
Obe J-ball na o J-ball no hanum baby na afi odani ne na afi aye 1v1 also ball no to a papa ya show.
Yeah.
In this case why now be call said the obenya ball no be body at
yes.
once.
So
obenya ball be body am.
Point na maybe the back. It was the same thing na Mbabeba. And the thing is coach na my aware said there are players who have been playing the Europa League. And obi say by their show. Obvious that is going.
Also starting there.
And me can catch us say who check it Rebetis for how Rebetis for how omo game na. They struggle against teams omutimi eyi omo free that omo press ni. And they struggle against teams omo find creators omutimi finding spaces. Almost answer teams omo very sharp wingers. And ade ba question so omo say omo sanso high line.
Okay.
So in this Chelsea team list even if Romeo Lavia is not going to play about forward passes obi say Enzo Fernandez in your team you shouldn't be worried because Adiba come and say Caicedo listo so actually a game against Brighton once said on your stagnant he was following Morgan Gibbs White everywhere and I expect him to do that to be winning and intercepting the balls omodema Isco so also almost say anytime be omkita ball Isco be call deep biano Moisa Caicedo will follow Isco that is where a bit more creative space Edema the double number 8 double number 10s Chelsea be ball and we shouldn't forget say in the game you person you starting game no you be here more players in the midfield because omo press here I know that omo press in that 4-2-4 system because omo press Cucurella so any Chelsea right back now and I'm expecting either coach be starting Malo Gusto or Marco Cucurella whenever we hear starting press now one of these players ever call into midfield then how they will press no they will bring two players into either Moise Caicedo, Gusto James, and Marc Cucurella in the midfield. Then a bit open space. Either Enzo Fernandez and Moise Kopama. Because at that moment, so how about pressing? A bit me working in Chelsea advantage. But now, that is where the football history and that spirit, and that is where me believe in, especially in this season. Who check it? Rebetis Valisto. Rebetis in the league this season, conference league this season, they've done very well. And then they almost just one game. But prior to this game, who check it? Chelsea swore. The Spanish opponents, any English teams, I'm about final. Mostly, the Spanish teams. Until who check it? The Spanish clubs. Among last 9 major European finals against English teams the last one Real Madrid, Liverpool, Villarreal, Man United, and again Real Madrid, Liverpool. But right now Adibakwa having especially this season listo how
what about Chelsea against Spanish teams in finals?
But Chelsea against Spanish teams in the final. We Atletico Madrid. We share Chelsea. They were the Super Cup.
Yeah.
But apart from Atletico Madrid. Which other team in Chelsea? Spanish team in Chelsea?
Villarreal.
That was in the
That was in 20. That was in 20.
Yeah, I think now penalties. You went to penalties.
Yes,
I think Super Cup.
Yes.
and American. So
And Chelsea winning here.
Yes, that was on penalties. But then they check it, Chelsea and they all have histories are almost air back here, especially in the Europe Conference League this season. Real Betis, they've been superb. Or more number of matches are more winning and less than the Conference League or my winning 6 out draw 3 games. And I did say the La Liga campaign draw against Villarreal right now or the Kenya European competition already. So whether they win the Conference League or they don't win the Conference League, they are going to play the in the Europa League. And then they historically used to Chelsea for last 12 games in the Conference League, winning 11 and normal last finals they make sure say win, especially Chelsea last 4 finals. So this season teams are say omoji trophies no akwakwe teams are historically omunji bi da anaso omunji bi ache that aspect no favor Real Betis right now. That teams are omoji trophies or more logos bed omo that Anoma family and a bed family logo no, none of these teams will be anyone in logo bed. So in this case ebeko etiomo. And in the history of European football, team will call the final for the first time. No, I know on time, but the Conference League will be able to final first time because they did trophy grab by Enche. Into the end, me ain't speaking so much into this time. But Listo, I think it's going to be an interesting game. Real Betis, they want to make history. These Chelsea boys, they want to make history. Mourinho as more can say, oh, Chelsea a Champions League winning team. So if Chelsea the Conference League one year, any news, but they would want to make history as the team or imagine all this, and it will be a motivating factor for these boys to go into the FIFA Club World Cup. In fact, the player to watch will be Anthony, of course. Or familiar with Chelsea team, no one Obama you watch Chelsea da. It's going to be an interesting game, but yet again, Oba Beshia Marco Cuella was also a very fine form, especially this season. And I think about Chelsea say those half spaces now back in Omo attacking turn. I expect Cucurella to offer those spaces because in this game, Copa might drop it deep because of our press. And those half spaces and high line on the bottom. The Chelsea wingers and the fullbacks, they will be crucial in this game. If Malo Gusto never starting now, so nyani day, no and the cross is on pointer. I expect Chelsea to win this game. Sema Cucurella and so cover that half spaces not so well. A very game no list to apart from the mental toughness and everything, the game will be. I mean, what about winning game? Yeah, you have to win a game by how tactical I'll be on the pitch because both coaches coaches are they know themselves. In fact, Obi Papa and Kwakobo, and it's a game that both of them will also win. Baku a proven winner. Manuel Pellegrini, he's won the Premier League with Manchester City. But in this game, Omodie Bakambu best at it, and I expect Omon time here crossing and time for they do dead boss dead Anthony and Abdemo and I say Isco ebe bouncing. So I expect the Chelsea defenders to block all the channels from attack. Fornals, Bakambu, Isco, Anthony, players are best at it, and I think that Omo player in Eddie Abdeno reporting said he might not as a also players are Omo knock we Giovanni Lo Sosa who's also in doubt. Youssef Salah, Bonnie, Johnny Kadasu, 9 players are they also in doubt. But Abde, whether he's going to start and now unstarted, it doesn't look like he's always starting. But in the Chelsea setup, maybe Badiashile and Chaloba, I see these 2 players starting this game. Ubenya player, Obama that aggressive, that speed no because football Badiashile Tosina Mboa because of how Betis for starting. So I expect Badiashile Chaloba to start this game. Baku Yeshi. But especially how I build up a game, no. but that shit will be so much important. Oh, you giving him Marco Cuellar, and maybe I expect Paulo Gusto to start this game. I expect Gusto to start this game because one hour conference league now, but James, I mean, inclusion in any minute in the game will be so crucial for Chelsea. In midfield, maybe Chelsea be about a year Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, no about a year Abrante and Eddie Ayer Cole Palmer. Then I expect Jadon Sancho to start from the right. I expect Pedro Neto to start, then Nicolas Jackson to start also from the bench. This game, if Chelsea take
Nicolas Jackson to start from the bench.
Oh, sorry, to start. I mean, ahead of any. I mean, Nkukune or Mama Kanina. In this game, I'm seeing Chelsea winning this tournament. Yes, but they beat Marco extra time. That is if you beat Marco take your chances because how they also play. Also beat Marco a goal. It's likely they also score a goal. So in this game, I see Chelsea winning. Maybe a bit more extra time, but 1.5 goals is to highly possible with this game. We should expect a lot of corners in this game and bookings are there because of that man for man high pressure. Both teams need the ball. We should expect maybe over 2.5 bookings in this game.
Okay. Right. 20. Yansha Ghana ne Ghana so bone Ghana ne Nigeria. Yeah.
Yes, I think in draft the Unity Cup ni here. Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica, it's kind of boy. So I think with the competition in there, the most exciting game maybe to me about in that Unity Cup Ghana and Nigeria because of both teams in Nigeria the tie like in our last 3 meetings in Nigeria that is a friendly game sharing 2 and in a draw who's a World Cup qualifies a boy into a very crucial game ama Otoado in Branty and how they can continue that winning victory or mutimi at the share that is Madagascar and the Chadi who 5-0 and 3-0 into Ghana Nibia herself with a Unity Cup no and you're more of like a competition I hear by force as a Ghana team but there's a way we are looking at rebuilding the Black Stars giving some players chance then they'll make prove a point into LG Tech Community Stadium on Otoado in Branty and Kwambia so Ghana ni bia hweso bet me win but so hwe odds ni nyama about Nigeria to win ye pa but me nim say because of Ghana players no more friend into but I have a belief in Otoado said this will be one game a lot of players will get their chances. We heard the likes of we have any say Afenija and more getting a start and making sure say they perform very well so that they will get that chance into the Black Stars again. It will be a good game. I'm seeing this game as a game. There will be a lot of goals in it. It will be played like a friendly game, even though say it's a cup game. So there will be a lot of goals in it. It will become MYBET.AFRICA. Likely 1.5 over 2.5 is likely to happen. I'm looking at Ghana win or draw in this game, and also in the first half there will surely be a goal. So we are going to see an exciting game between two nations. But they are like brothers. So it will be very good to see this particular game. And I'm tipping Ghana to at least win or draw on the night. Okay.
Wow, Shano, you are meeting Jamaica.
Yeah.
In the final, so
at least I think it's a very exciting game. Looking at both teams now, we are all preparing for the World Cup qualifiers and other games. But we share Chelsea, Ghana qualifiers, and the number of players, on my friend, it looks likely say these players, most of them will get their first international appearance, and also most of them also. But checking Nigeria, the likes of Osimhen and any other players in number. But with Ghana, the number of players I have from Nigeria, almost most of their key players are there. I think that this game will be a very close call.
On Beshain, no Kran Monka.
Now, then don't Beshain.
Close corner, then. Mumutim, more we need for any game. Okay.
Almost Zimbabwe, Mune, Benin community. In fact, Omutim Nashana, yes, sir. But in Ghana, so to Adobai, the last 2 games, I say are winning in Atuasu. In fact, the last time I knew we share almost 3-1 in a. But it's going to be an interesting game. If a full squad, and can remember who say a bit my bad with Benjamin Asare ne other players or more. I'm expecting say at least these players chance.
Go for be you who free blasters in.
You more chance no more. But I mean this game I see it to be a goalless draw. at the full time, then the winner will be decided on penalties.
Okay, right. Nti ya momienhwe odds na enye.
Okay, nti me odds am dey but 4 odds on the Ghana any Chelsea game because so nti Ghana game na against Nigeria me call for 1.5 and a first half 0.5 was a particular game. Chelsea Robert's game and also because so Chelsea win or draw 1.5 and a corners of over 8.5 on code no R6JY R6JY MYBET.AFRICA.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, okay. So my selection for the day no Chelsea game no over 1.5 goals in that game. Pyramids win or draw. Inter Miami game no over 1.5 goals in that game. Ghana win or draw and then Ali win. Code no W6JY W6JY.
Okay, media Bodo Glimt to score 2. Nigeria to score 2. Inter Miami to score 2. And Ali to score 2. Yes, me matches are my fan. Obi abeshe 2-2. Oh honum. Tino. The woman no. Yes, in the important. I don't know say you stream now. So to me find out my say Ghana bono. Okay, so abusa for a point you be share say game no you be to me dey home popo to me dey abroad because Ghana na ebo say you streaming say even Ghana you in discuss cry or say to me dey it to me a town tune na you stream mouse so hwe bi sa na tie honum yes it yeah there is another information money man dey man
sana you be pon no yeah my bet for any Papa's Pizza album so we predict and win any Chelsea any Robert's game na ekoso no kwan bia so no e say otimi wo hwe ball no ball be ko na wie kwan bia so china obenya pizza
okay
ajiweni nti so obenya pizza ejina nyama kakra bi so
okay
number 1 we make sure so obeko my bet social media platforms ni na so
okay
X Instagram TikTok baby alcohol na for prediction ko to this particular way ase into who post we are na for comment no ko to nti say bia Robert is to win 2-0 5-0 Chelsea to win 10-0 2-0 2-1 for ko to the two we are kai na for my bet username and so account
okay
here ye pa because my bet for this username no and the very sure which are kwan dia from because
okay.
Who username ni pombe hu o number o mo system no normal from so
okay.
The next thing I'll be saying make sure so you are active on MYBET.AFRICA and then I would here no register and yes we register and then ya
so we are active
could bet and send a match in the cry then I start internet no so about account. The next thing follow platforms alcohol now predict and now follow Papa's Pizza GH into platforms now say now we near obetimi qualify for this 3 I think steps ninya dey because 3 steps we until 1 CD until 2 CD we need now at the end of 90 minutes no GPs are anu edin ye nti ene you are MYBET.AFRICA social media platforms in na baby a image we da bia na ko predict na won so fafa pizza weekend e bia won so no wadofo ba ko me no betimi dey achele
ti MYBET for e dey aba MYBET dey aba o MYBET e dey aba pomodian na efa ho agim fa ho ye den agim na fe oso ema edi bibi cause oni MYBET bodjuma anase oni omu dinsa woso a wo se utumi bomodian se ubso ubedidi na bibi atumi akoye ote menka ote eye Benedict nka ote Vincent nka ene eye virus ena tena machine nachi oni uso ena omuma bibia eye kama ede emai nyame adom na adom ye ya ochina obesa hia ense yede eye agudi mu nsem ede ebremu yakramu